Welcome to the September 2014 edition of Alexander County Now. In this month's episode, we'll learn more about the Hiddenite Celebration of the Arts. We'll also have an in-depth interview with Rick Gilbert, the morning man on WACB radio, and the voice of Cougar football. Solid Waste Director Josh Mitchell has some great news about how easy recycling has now become in Alexander County. And the Business Spotlight is on Thomas Insurance. And you won't believe how many events are coming up this month in September. All this and more on this episode of Alexander County Now. One of the most popular events every year in Alexander County is the Hiddenite Celebration of the Arts. Let's speak with Hiddenite Center Executive Director Pete Woods and learn more about this wonderful event.
Hey, I wanted to let you guys know about the upcoming Celebration of the Arts here at the Hiddenite Center, Saturday, September 27th. It'll happen from 9 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, and this street will be covered up with people visiting. All kinds of activities are taking place here. This year we'll have lots of activities that will allow you to express your creativity. We'll have chalkboards where you can create art on the scene. We'll have artists painting in the plein air style here on the lawn of the Hiddenite Center. We'll have activities for children, so please come and be a part of Art in Action. Here at the Folklife Pavilion, we'll have hands-on demonstrations of traditional cultural crafts, including butter churning, pottery, weaving, open fire cooking. There'll be activities here for everybody to experience. The Celebration of the Arts has 4 different stages featuring music from folk music to rock music to gospel. There'll be music all day long. There'll be dancing. All of this is free for you and your families from 9 until 4, September 27th, here in Hiddenite at the Hiddenite Center. Come and be a part of everything that we're doing throughout the day.
Thanks so much, Pete. I'm looking forward to the event, and I encourage everyone to converge on Hiddenite Church Road on September 27th and enjoy a day filled with family fun.
Hi, I'm Emily Vick, registered nurse with the Alexander County Health Department. Flu vaccines are now available at the Alexander County Health Department for people 6 months of age and older. In addition to traditional flu shots, we also offer Flu Mist nasal spray. These vaccines are given on Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons from 1 p.m. till 5 p.m. and Friday mornings from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. No appointment is necessary. We accept Cigna, Coventry, and Blue Cross Blue Shield private insurance along with Medicare, Medicaid, North Carolina Health Choice, or a $35 self-payment. The CDC recommends that all people 6 months of age and older should get a flu vaccine. Vaccination is especially important for people at higher risk of severe influenza and their close contacts, including healthcare personnel and close contacts of children younger than 6 months. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at 828-632-9704 or visit our website at alexanderhealth.org.
Most of us know this person one way or another, whether you listen to our local radio station on WACB 860 AM or if you're a fan of the Alexander Central High School Cougar football team. You've probably heard of Rick Gilbert. He's an interesting guy, so let's learn more about him as a person, in addition to the many hats he wears at work. Hey, he even makes his prediction for the 2015 Super Bowl winner.
My name is Rick Gilbert. My birth certificate says Richard Calvin Gilbert. That's my given name, but everyone calls me Rick, among other things. And I am the, well, I actually wear a bunch of different hats. I am the newsman, I am the sports guy, I am the morning man at B86 Radio in Taylorsville. I was born at what was then Alexander County Hospital, and was raised here in town. I've lived in Taylorsville my whole life with the exception of 2 years. When I was in the 5th and 6th grade, we moved to South Carolina. My father took a job there, and we stayed there for 2 years, and we ultimately came back. And the whole family was very happy to get back to Taylorsville because it's home, and we've got our roots very deeply entrenched here, and I just can't imagine living anywhere else. But I love Alexander County, and I love the people, and even the ones that sometimes are out there, wherever they are. So yeah, I love Alexander County. It's home. I'm comfortable here, and like I said, I just can't imagine living anywhere. I've had opportunities to move away, and clay feet. I think you've heard that term. I've got clay feet. I want to stay put. I've said this I don't know how many times. Any shortcomings that I have, and I have them. No reflection on my parents. I had the best parents you could imagine. I lived an idyllic childhood. I was raised on Milstead Street, which is where Milstead Woods is located. The high school's just beyond the curve. When I was a small child, that road was dirt. I remember it being a dirt road. That road wasn't paved until the high school was built, 1970. That's when that road was paved. So I grew up there, and people knew me around town because when I got in the age of 12 or 13, I rode bicycle everywhere. I was all over town. It was a different world then. I rode a bicycle everywhere. I was, everybody knew who I was because I was there. I was on a bicycle and I was all over town. And I did all the things that little boys do. You know, I went out and collected bottles alongside the roadway and took them to the old Trio supermarket and sold them for money. I fell in the creek because my parents told me you don't go to the creek, but I always went to the creek and hunted for crawfish and lizards and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I grew up as ideal a childhood as you can imagine. I went to Taylorsville Elementary, spent a couple years in South Carolina, and that was kind of neat. I saw my first race riot when we lived in Mullins, South Carolina. I'd never seen one of those here. So that was sort of an educational experience in itself. We moved back to Taylorsville, and I graduated from Alexander Central. I went to Wilkes Community College, studied radio, television, and journalism, and also have a degree from the University of South Carolina. I started working for Apple City Broadcasting in its infancy, 94 or 95. I should know what year exactly, but I don't. Rick Fox, who did the news then, called me and said, "Rick, would you be interested in getting back into radio and doing Cougar football?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be against that." And he said, "Well, how about coming by and talking to us?" And I did, and ultimately it led to not only doing football, but a lot of other things too. But so since B86 started, I've been here in one capacity or another. I love Cougar football. I love Cougar athletics because it's our kids. For good or bad, it's our kids. And one of the things I love watching is these young men and young women when they are freshmen, or even back when they're in middle school. You do the Apple Bowl, and you see these kids when they're in the 7th and 8th grade. And then you watch them grow physically, emotionally, and you watch them get better. By the time they're a senior, their bodies are a lot different, their personalities are different. I love watching that. That's unique. I love the smell of Cougar football on Friday night. There's an odor to it. There's a buzz about it. The community gets into it, and I wouldn't miss it. I mean, even if I wasn't doing the games on the radio, and I've been doing them for 20 plus years, I'd be there because my dad started taking me to old Taylorsville High games back in the 60s when I was just a little boy. And we went to road games. We went to all the games. My dad was a big sports fan, so he introduced me to that. And it's a big part of this community. Lady Cougar softball, we've done a bunch of those games when they go to Raleigh and they're ultimately in the finals. And maybe one of these years we can get it worked out where we can start doing some basketball and some baseball too. Well, I think athletics at the high school is the #1 social activity of people in Alexander County. We don't have some of the things that other communities have, unfortunately. We could have, but we don't. And you have all these different communities. You've got Sugarloaf, you've got Stony Point, Ellendale, Bethlehem, Hiddenite, Wittenberg. They all come together for Cougar athletics. All of a sudden, they're under one umbrella, they're wearing the same colors, and, you know, they may fight against each other, they may pick with each other, but if someone from one of the other schools invokes something, you're going to have to fight them all. I mean, that's just the way it is. You don't necessarily want to fight us, that's true. I got a really neat story when I was down in Raleigh doing the girls' final softball this year. It was before the game, and Jonathan Watts and I were setting up. Jonathan helps me on the broadcasts, and we were doing something, and we needed a knife to cut something. And there were probably 30 people standing around me, all from Alexander County. And I said, does anyone have a knife? And nobody said anything. And I said, come on. I said, all of you are from Alexander County. Somebody has a knife. And about 7 people, well, okay. So there you go. Coach Harper and I were doing an interview years ago, pregame interview for Cougar football. And you know, I cherish those moments. I cherished them when I did them with Gene Price and with Monty Sherrill and with Chris Deal and Coach Harper and now Nick Basil. I love those times. We not only go on tape, but we talk a lot with the mics off. We were doing the interview live, and I don't even remember what the conversation was about, what the question was. All of a sudden, Coach Harper just looked up and said, I want to go on the record as saying, I think you're the smartest man in America. Of course, he was kidding, but I use it on the air. I deleted that out, and I use that on the air, and I have a lot of fun with it. Absolutely. Every year before the NFL season starts, every year before Major League Baseball season starts, before college football starts, I'll pick a winner. I'll tell you who I think is going to win the national championship, and I get it right sometimes, and I really, really miss sometimes. So I haven't decided who I'm going to pick to win the Super Bowl this year, but I'm kind of leaning toward San Francisco 49ers, but I'll make that official maybe a little later. I might change that between now and the start of the regular season, but probably I'm leaning toward the 49ers as my preseason Super Bowl favorite. I kind of evolved into the news thing when years ago they had no news reporter here. They didn't have anybody that was doing it. And I kind of just assumed the role, and I enjoy it very much. And I'm an avid reader. I keep up with current events. So it was sort of natural that I got into that, although I'd really never done news before. So I just sort of assumed it, then it became official, then it became expected, and then it became required, and so there you go. It was just one of those things that sort of evolved. Well, Pete did this gig for, gosh, I don't know, 20 years. And before that, when it was up on the mountain at WTLK, I know you worked there for a while. And when I could, I was here. And, you know, I've always done a lot of other things because I need a lot of money. And, you know, I'll work 2 or 3 jobs to make enough money to live the lifestyle that I am accustomed to. So I was here when I could be. And all of a sudden, he just decided that he didn't want to get up at 2-something a.m. And so he retired. So I assumed the mantle of doing the morning man. So now I'm the news reporter, I'm the news guy, I am the sports guy, and I am the morning man. So I do a lot of preparation for every 3-hour show, and I go on there at 5 every morning. There's at least 2 hours of preparation for that, at least, bare minimum every day. Gathering news, gathering sports information, talking with people on the phone. There's just a lot goes into it. I don't show up at 4 a.m., unlock the door, walk up the steps, and this flies out of my butt. You know, I got to do it. I got to prepare for it, and it takes a lot of time. one of the things my dad did, and my dad and I were really close, he introduced me to golf when Brushy Mountain Golf Club was built. I remember him taking me out there while it was under construction. I was just a little boy with a flat top. And I remember seeing the big earth graders move ground around as they built this thing, and I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. They're building a golf course here in Taylorsville. And I didn't know anything about golf, but my dad started playing, and I remember I went with him when he got his first set of clubs. He had a used set. He got his first new set of clubs. He bought them with green stamps at the old S&H store in Hickory. People that are old enough will remember the green stamp store in Hickory. I went with him when he got his first set of clubs there. And so I love being out at the golf course. I kind of grew up there when I was a teenager, spent a lot of time there. So I like being around the guys. It's sort of a social thing more than anything else. My golf game's not very good anymore. I, at one time, was probably a legitimate 4 handicap. But if I shoot in the 70s now, it's a good day. I broke my wrist about 15 years ago, and it's never been the same. I use that as an excuse. So I got a golfer's back, me and Tiger, but I don't complain about it. Of course, I don't call him Tiger anymore. I call him Eldrick. He's Eldrick until he starts playing better. But so I don't play nearly as well as I used to. There's a lot of people out there that can really play. A lot of people don't know this. Brushy Mountain Golf Club probably has more good players per capita, and I'm talking good players, people that can play, than most any course you go to in North Carolina. The course is terrific. It's one of the best in the area. It's always been one of the best in the area. It's gotten better. And it's just a place that, you know, I've taken years off. I went like 5 years and didn't touch a golf club one time, never played around, didn't touch a club. And all of a sudden I just started missing it so bad I couldn't take it anymore. And I didn't play when I went back. I just started going back out to the golf course. I think I missed the fellowship of being around the guys more than I missed golf. So it's something that I'm used to. I introduce myself to people as the chronic underachiever. When I introduce myself to strangers, hi, I'm Rick Gilbert, chronic underachiever. Because when I was in high school, I always had teachers and guidance counselors, and people say, Rick, you can do about anything you want to do. And if you've got something that you're passionate about, which I'm passionate about, broadcasting, if you've got something that you're passionate about and you become good at it, do it, pursue it, do it, you know, because you'll regret it the rest of your life if you don't. So here's the thing about Alexander County. You go to Catawba County, you go to Wilkes County, you go to Iredell County, you go to Caldwell, that's the 4 that surround us. They've all got more things than we have. We could have some of those things if we wanted them bad enough. But the one thing that Alexander County has that they don't have, actually 2 things. I think Alexander County's prettier. I mean, we've got some unique landscape. Drive through Vashti and look at some of that pasture land. That's some of the prettiest places on this planet. Look at a sunset in Ellendale when in the fall when the trees are full of color. So it's pretty. And the other thing that Alexander County has that no one else has is Alexander County people. It's the only place in the world where people say, I live off the new road. And that road's not new. That road's over 20 years old, but I know what they're talking about. Alexander County it's a wonderful place to live, to work, and to play. I don't want to live anywhere else. It's home.
Thanks so much, Rick. We enjoy listening to you on the radio and appreciate you keeping us informed. But I hope your Super Bowl prediction doesn't come true. Go Cowboys!
Hello and welcome to Hiddenite, North Carolina. I know you're not there yet, but we fully expect you to be there on September 27th for the 33rd Annual Hiddenite Celebration of the Arts. Now, as for me, I've been there all 33 years, but I hope that if you haven't been yet, you will come. That day is a wonderful experience for what it's like to be in Alexander County, a wonderful hometown experience. The vendors that you will see at the Hiddenite Celebration of the Arts represent all respects of art mediums and information booths, lots of food, and all different kinds of things that you can't see in a conglomerate just anywhere else. We have around 100 vendors that you can get early Christmas shopping done. That's a great way to take care of that ahead of time, and plus you'll be able to find things that you can't find anywhere else. One of the fortes of the Hiddenite Celebration of the Arts is my personal favorite, which is the Folklife Pavilion. And the Folklife Pavilion is stepping back into 1850 in North Carolina. We have sought to present demonstrators who are proficient in folk living skills in all aspects of life, as it was for a North Carolina settler around 1850 in the foothills of North Carolina. And so you can make it an educational day. The Hiddenite Center fully believes that we're a place for lifelong learning, and this is another way that we translate that is by helping history come alive. And for students, it's a great way for you to extend your learning experience outside of the classroom. There are lots of ways that you can actually put your hands on what these demonstrators are doing. You can stir a pot over an open fire where a meal's being cooked as it would have been around 1850 and get to sample some of that. One of the neat things that we're doing this year in conjunction with our theme is we're going to actually build a small barn in the Folklife Pavilion, which is located on the ball field there in Hiddenite, where the Folklife Pavilion is, and that barn will also be silent auctioned that day. So we hope that you will come and make it a place for living history and help you remember something that maybe you were a part of as a child, or your parents as a child, or even your grandparents, and then recreate that in your own living experience. So we look forward to seeing you on September the 27th for the Hiddenite Celebration of the Arts.
Hello, my name is Kris Knowlton. Over the past 2 years, it has been my honor to serve as commander of Chapter 84 of the Disabled American Veterans. During that time, I have talked to many veterans in the county. The one statement I have heard most often is, "I didn't know you guys did that," or "I didn't know that was available for veterans," or "I wish I could talk to someone who understands that has been there." So Chapter 84 has opened its doors to all veterans in the county for free coffee and pastries on Tuesday morning from 7 to 10 a.m. The purpose of this coffee call is to disseminate information that is beneficial to veterans and for support and camaraderie with other veterans. I would like to thank you for your great service to this country. For further information, call the number at the bottom of your screen.
If you will be at least 18 years of age on or before November 4th, 2014, and reside in Alexander County, this information is for you. You are eligible to vote in the upcoming 2014 general election. If you are not already registered, you will need to register to vote by Friday, October 10th, 2014 before 5 o'clock p.m. It's easy to register in one of these ways. Go to Alexander County's website, www.alexandercountync.gov, and at the top of the screen, click on Departments. You will see a listing of every county department that serves the citizens of Alexander County. Next, click on Board of Elections. Using your mouse, point to the words Voter Info at the top of the left of the page. Under Voter Info, click on the words Register to Vote. You can fill out this form online, print it, and then mail it to our address listed on our webpage, which is Post Office Box 326, Taylorsville, North Carolina. If you would prefer, you may stop by our office at 370 First Avenue Southwest, located near the Alexander County Health Department, to complete a new voter registration application or to update your existing voter registration. When you visit the Department of Motor Vehicles to get or update your North Carolina driver's license, you are offered the opportunity to register to vote. The Department of Motor Vehicles then forwards your voter registration to our office. If you visit the Alexander County Department of Social Services for assistance, North Carolina voter registration applications are available there. The Alexander County Public Library has North Carolina voter registration applications available at the main library located at 77 First Avenue Southwest, Taylorsville, and at the Bethlehem Branch located at 45 Rink Road, Taylorsville. If you are currently registered to vote in Alexander County but have recently moved or had a name change, you can update your voter registration in the same manner as the previously discussed options. You can also update your registration when you come in to vote at any one-stop location during the one-stop absentee voting period. We will further discuss one-stop voting in just a moment. North Carolina has 3 methods in which a voter can cast a ballot during an election. You can request an absentee by mail ballot beginning on September 5th by completing the North Carolina State Absentee Ballot Request Form. This form is available at the Board of Elections office, as well as on our website. To access the form online, go to Alexander County's website, www.alexandercountync.gov, and at the top of the screen, click on Departments. Then, click on the Board of Elections. Using your mouse, point to the words Vote in Alexander County at the top of the left of the page. Under Vote in Alexander County, click on the words Absentee by Mail. You can fill out this form online, print it, and then mail it to our address listed on the first page of the form, which is Post Office Box 326, Taylorsville, North Carolina. Or you can drop it by our office at 370 First Avenue Southwest, Taylorsville. You can vote at one of our 2 one-stop locations beginning in October. Anyone who is registered to vote by October 10th, 2014 in Alexander County may vote at either of these 2 locations during the specified times. At the Board of Elections office, 370 First Avenue Southwest, Taylorsville, you may vote during the following hours. Weekdays, October 23rd and 24th, 8 o'clock a.m. until 5 o'clock p.m. Saturday, October 25th, 8 a.m. until 1 o'clock p.m. Weekdays, October 27th through October 31st, 8 o'clock a.m. until 6 o'clock p.m. Saturday, November 1st, 8 o'clock a.m. until 1 o'clock p.m. At the Bethlehem Community Fire and Rescue Department, located at 7373 NC Highway 127, Taylorsville, you may vote during the following hours. Weekdays, October 27th through October 31st, 8 o'clock a.m. until 6 o'clock p.m. Saturday, November 1st, 8 o'clock a.m. until 1 o'clock p.m. Voting is located in the back portion of the building. To access the voting site, please use the parking lot located behind the fire department. You can vote on Election Day, Tuesday, November 4th, 2014. All of the 16 voting precincts in Alexander County will be open for voting from 6:30 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. You are required to vote at your proper precinct during Election Day. If you aren't sure where your precinct for voting is located, you can find it online at Alexander County's website, www.alexandercountync.gov, and at the top of the screen, click on Departments. Next, click on Board of Elections. Using your mouse, point to the words Voter Info at the top on the left of the page. Click on the words Voter Lookup, and then fill in your name and date of birth on the NC Public Voter Search. On the right side of the page, under the word Jurisdictions, you can find information about your correct voting precinct. Please remember, if you have questions about registration or voting, we invite you to call our office at 828-632-2990. We're happy to help you. Like the Alexander County Board of Elections Facebook page for the latest information regarding elections here in Alexander County. You can also follow us on Twitter at Alexander COBOE.
Welcome to another episode of Talking Trash. Recently, a great change has been made to the recycling procedures at Alexander County convenience sites. Single-stream recycling is now in effect. What does this mean, you may ask? It means residents no longer have to sort household recyclables. Gone are the days of having to separate paper, plastic, cans, and glass. No more will you stand dumpster side picking through recyclables and placing them into the correct container. That's right. Now all paper, metal, and aluminum cans, foil and pie pans, plastic bottles and containers number 1 through 7, and food or beverage container glass go into the same bin. Cardboard still needs to be kept separate and placed in the proper bin. More plastics are also accepted now, including Cool Whip and butter tubs, microwave dinner trays, and other plastic containers labeled 1 through 7. Of course, all material intended for recycling needs to be empty, clean, and free of food debris. Dumpsters at the sites are clearly labeled and colored differently to help you know what goes where. The blue bins, like the one behind me, are for single-stream recycling, brown bins are for cardboard, and your trash goes in the green ones. I've gotten a lot of questions about how this stuff is recycled since everything is mixed together. Well, recyclables are picked up from the convenience sites and taken to a material recovery facility. Here it goes across a series of conveyors and is sorted both manually and in automated fashion back into like materials. Then it's off to the baler. After being baled, your recyclables head to a vendor that will use the material in the making of new products. You can download and print a copy of the new brochure at the web address on your screen, or pick one up the next time you visit a convenience center. I really appreciate the citizens of Alexander County working with us through this transition period. I hope that this makes recycling easier and more convenient for everyone. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. My email address is jmitchell@alexandercountync.gov and office phone is 632-1101. Remember, there's no Planet B. We'll see you next time on Talking Trash.
Hello, I'm Hazel Yoder, and I have a very special invitation for your entire family. Please get a pencil and mark down Saturday, September the 27th. You know, Alexander County is a wonderful place to live, and the Hiddenite Celebration of the Arts is one of the finest festivals in North Carolina. We will have 4 interactive stages filled with musicians of all types, dancers, and the streets, they'll be filled with vendors, food vendors, top of the line, and great arts and craftsmen with their wares selling off the tables. Also, at the Hiddenite Center, we will have a gem and mineral show the children and all of you can enjoy. Heritage, absolutely. We have interactive arts and crafts, things our ancestors perfected. You're welcome to come in and join and make those crafts and participate in those events on your own. Again, this is Saturday, September the 27th, a fun place for the entire family, and we hope that you'll join us. We know you'll be glad you did.
I'm Gary Herman with the Alexander County Economic Development Corporation. We're working on our Buy Local campaign to encourage our citizens and our visitors to support our local businesses and our local economy. This is the Alexander County Business Spotlight. We're here at Nationwide Insurance. It's Thomas Insurance. They're located at 105 Hiddenite Church Road here in Hiddenite. It's my honor to be with Cindy Sellers. She runs the local Nationwide agency here in Hiddenite and Alexander County. It's a pleasure to be here in your new office. You've got a lot of paintings or new painting and some designs on the wall here. You've recently renovated, so it looks really good. Thanks for letting us come out, Cindy.
Thanks for coming out. We'd love to help anyone with all their insurance needs. And we've got these fire marks on the wall behind us. And back in the early 1900s, if you didn't have one of these on your wall outside of your house, the fire company wouldn't come and fight your fire. So, and my dad earned these over the years selling home insurance policies. So that's how we got them. And they're replicas of way things used to be back in the early part of the century, 19th century.
Yeah, and what Cindy's referring to are these fire plaques here. If you didn't have one outside your house, the fire department would not help you put out your fire. So, and you mentioned your dad, of course, got a long history here in Hiddenite and Alexander County. Of course, your dad is Rayford Thomas. A lot of folks will know Rayford, great guy. I've known him for years and respect him. So you've taken over the agency from him. Is that correct? And when did he start the business, and then when did you take over?
In 1969, he became an agent here in Hiddenite, and Harvey Fincannon was the previous agent that he took over the business for. So we have some people that have been here since the 50s and maybe earlier with Harvey. And then 61, he became the agent. And then in 2000, I'd been a teacher and I came here full time. And in 2003, I became the agent, and Dad was still here. And my mom, they both had run this agency for 50-some years. And we've been here since 1961.
1961, so I'll do some math. I'm going to say you're about 53 years old then. Not you, but because you're 29 still. 29 and holding. But your business has been around for about, 53 years, something like that. So well, anyway, we're honored to have you here in the community, and thank you for all that you do. And now, tell us a little bit more about the business itself. Of course, you're nationwide. That's a nationwide business, of course. So what types of insurance and services do you offer here?
We have all kinds of insurance, except for we don't carry health insurance, but we can write your home. If you're renting, we can do a tenant policy for you. If you have a motorcycle, a boat, trucks, we have business insurance where we can do your business. And we can do life insurance. We can insure your life so you leave your family prepared when you pass away, and leave your children in good shape as far as whatever their needs may be dependent on their age. And I think I about covered it all.
Yeah, I think you did. I mean, your main things are home, auto, and life, and I think you do bundles and things that can save some people money. So I can personally attest to the customer service and to the good quotes and everything that you have here. We're a customer here. My family here at Cindy Sellers and Thomas Insurance, so I invite you to come on down and visit her and her friendly staff, and they'll fix you up with some insurance. If you're looking at, you got your bill in the mail, it's too high, come down here and let her look over your coverage, and they can hook you up. So now, you were across the street here on Hiddenite Church Road, but you moved to this I guess it was a house that you've moved into here now. When did that happen?
I think, 7 or 8 years ago, we just moved right across the street from the the prior agency over there. And so we're just right beside Hiddenite Methodist Church, across from the Hiddenite Center, and up behind Family Dollar now. Yeah. So.
And speaking of Hiddenite Center, you are on the Hiddenite Center Board of Directors. I think you're the secretary for that for the board there, and you do a great job for that. So, and are you in the Rotary Club, seems like, also?
Yes. Yes.
What other types of civic activities are you involved in?
I am in the Rotary Club and enjoy delivering the backpacks during the school year to Hiddenite School to help the children there on the weekends that don't have food during the school year. We also participate in the Hiddenite Food Pantry in the old fire department in Hiddenite. I'm on the board over here at Hiddenite Methodist Church, who's right beside of us, and enjoy that. And that's the main things that I do.
Well, I'd say that's probably enough. You stay busy, I'm sure. So, but anyway, you got a great business here in Alexander County. And tell us a little bit, why, in your opinion, why do people need to keep their business here in Alexander County? I mean, the economy might be struggling a little bit and has been since the recession. So it's more important than ever to keep your hard-earned money right here in Alexander County, right?
It sure is. We appreciate all your business. We've had some people for 50, 60 years here, if you include Mr. Fincannon's office over there. And we really enjoy helping our folks that come in. You can come in. We're online. You can call us and pay on the phones now, which is really nice. And we have a phone service 24 hours a day where you can call our number, and it connects with the 24-hour, 24/7, 365, where we can take your payments all the time. But you need to stay local so that, you know, we can help our local businesses. We don't want everything to leave this county. And we try to do business with people who do business with us also. We think that's really important. So we try to do all the business we can in this county, you know, as far as our personal business too.
Right, and being a local merchant, if you look behind us here, you can see the 2014 National Championship, the Alexander Central Lady Cougars. You've got a signed jersey from them. That's because you're a supporter of the team. So just shows a local merchant giving back to the community, and you'll see that more and more from your local merchants versus, you know, someone from out of the county. They're not going to care about us, but you do. So I think with you, you've got that personal touch, that extra customer service. You know, you care about your customer. So
yeah, we appreciate that, Gary. And we have Monty Sherrill's Insurance, and you know, we love to help any of the rest of you guys. We really support the softball team. My sister, Laura Thomas Laws, was on the very first softball team years ago. And, of course, we've always supported all the athletics in the county, as my family has been very heavily involved in school and since in all kinds of athletics and the teams that we try to support. We love sports. We love academics, both.
Yeah, I think that's our county in general. We know that's one of the main things we've got here is our recreation, our sports, and being one high school community, we can all rally behind the same team and enjoy that. So now, to get in touch with you, like I said, you're located at 105 Hiddenite Church Road. The phone number is 632-4621, I believe. 4261. Sorry about that. I guess dyslexia or something. Anyway, 632-4261. So come on down to Hiddenite and visit Nationwide Insurance, Thomas Insurance, and they'll fix you up with some insurance here in Alexander County. Buy local, Alexander County. To learn more about our Buy Local Alexander County campaign, visit the Alexander County EDC website, alexanderedc.org, or give me a call, 828-632-1378. Buy local, Alexander County. The month of September has a lot to offer the residents and visitors of Alexander County. You've already heard from Pete Woods in this episode about the upcoming 33rd Annual Hiddenite Celebration of the Arts, which is set for Saturday, September 27th. This is an event that you definitely do not want to miss, but I'd also like to encourage you to take part in the week's activities leading up to the big day. September 23rd features a Senior Adult Day Luncheon, and Thursday, September 25th will feature the Family Night Dinner Theater. Visit hiddenitecenter.com to learn more, and be sure to invite your friends and family to join in the fun. The Taylorsville Lions Club will host the 69th Annual Alexander County Agricultural Fair from Tuesday, September 2nd through Saturday, September 6th at the fairgrounds, located off Highway 16 South. The Lions Club has planned numerous special events that are sure to be a lot of fun for family and friends, including a talent show on Tuesday and Thursday, a Fireman's Challenge on Thursday, live music featuring Mercy Hart and Shook Lane on Friday, and a backyard grill-off on Saturday. You can enjoy these events along with the many great rides and games, as well as food and fellowship while supporting the local Lions Club. Call Rick Lail, Fair Chairman, at 828-310-0116 for more information. The Bethlehem branch of the Alexander County Library is hosting another round in its Exhibiting Artists series through September 25th. The exhibit, entitled Fractured Sanctuary, features the work of Lindsay Barrick. Call 828-495-8753 for more information. Hey, and September is also a big month for high school athletics. The Alexander Central High School varsity football team plays at home on September 12th and 26th, while the JV squad plays at home on September 4th and 18th. The men's soccer team plays at home on September 8th, 15th, 17th, and 24th. The women's tennis team plays at home on September 2nd, 3rd, 10th, 17th, and 22nd. And the women's volleyball team plays at home on September 2nd, 4th, 11th, 18th, and 23rd. The women's golf team plays at Brushy Mountain Golf Club on September 10th. To keep up to date with ACHS athletics, visit www.alexander.k12.nc. Search for the ACHS Master Calendar. A great idea is the starting point for your business, but do you have the money to make it happen? Well, the CVCC Alexander Center for Education will host a Small Business Center seminar entitled Funding Options for Small Business. This will be on Thursday, September 11th from 4 to 6 p.m. Visit sbc.cvcc.edu or call 327-7000 extension 4117 for more information about this free seminar. The Alexander County Garden Club meets monthly on the second Thursday at 6:30 p.m. at the Cooperative Extension Center. This month's meeting will be September 11th. From beginning to advanced gardeners, this club is for you. Visit alexandercountygardenclub.org or contact the Extension Center at 632-4451 for more information. Alexander County is planning its Hiddenite Festival Road Race in conjunction with the Hiddenite Celebration of the Arts on Saturday, September 27th. The event will feature 3 races, including a 5K, 10K, and a half marathon. All races begin at 8:30 a.m. and end at the Hiddenite Center's Lucas Mansion and Alexander County Visitor Center. The courses are on paved, hilly, rural state roads, passing by many farms, churches, uninhabited woodlands, and Rocky Face Mountain Recreational Area. Both the 10K and half marathon courses are USA Track and Field certified. However, the 5K course is not certified. Race vans will be available at Hiddenite Elementary School to take the runners to the starting line for each race. The vans will run from 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. There will be no post-race van service. For more information, visit alexandercountync.gov/events or call 828-632-9332. The Bethlehem Community Development Association announces its 5th annual Bethlehem Day and Classic Car Show, which is set for Saturday, September 27th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And they're at a new location this year. Bethlehem Day will be located at the crossroads of Shiloh Church and Rink Dam Road in Bethlehem. The fall event features live music, entertainment, activities for children, arts and crafts, food and drinks, and a classic car and truck show. Pre-registration for the Classic Car and Truck Show is $10 until September 16th, or $10 on the day of the event. Craft and food vendor applications are $20. All applications are available at bethlehem-cda.org or can be requested at bethlehemday@gmail.com. Application with fees made out to BCDA/Classic Car Show should be mailed to BCDA, P.O. Box 6370, Hickory, NC 28603. For more information, contact 828-495-1057 or visit bethlehem-cda.org. The Apple City Street Rodders are planning a benefit cruise-in on Saturday, September 27th from 4 to 10 p.m. at Scotty's Hometown Grill. Go out, support a local restaurant and a good cause, and enjoy some classic automobiles. Call Roy Bentley at 828-244-1842 for more information. Grow local, buy local, and eat local. The Alexander County Farmers Market continues to offer the freshest fruits and vegetables around. The market is held every Saturday in the old hospital parking lot from 8 a.m. until 12 noon. All items must be grown or produced locally or in our region of North Carolina. Market spaces are only $3 a spot for anyone wanting to sell some extra garden vegetables or fruits, jams or jellies, or homemade crafts. For more information, call Alexander County Cooperative Extension at 632-4451 or visit alexander.ces.ncsu.edu or email lenny_rogers@ncsu.edu. To keep up to date with what's happening in Alexander County, be sure to log on to visitalexandernc.com. There you'll find an abundance of information about the county's many great attractions, as well as a complete calendar of events. You can even submit your own event. I'd also like to encourage you to participate in the Alexander County EDC's Buy Local Awards Survey. Nominate your favorite businesses for the prestigious awards, and they will be featured in a special tabloid in the Taylorsville Times. You can take the survey online at alexanderedc.org or look for it in the next issue of the Taylorsville Times. Buy local, Alexander County.